Hello there, my name is David Vance and I'm the Traditional Unionist Voice candidate for the Parliamentary constituency of East Belfast. I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome you to my 2010 election website, and I do hope that you'll come back in the weeks ahead as we have an opportunity here to listen to you, to hear what the things that you think need to be done for East Belfast to make it a better place in which to live and work. I also thought it might be useful to provide you with a little bit of background on me, so you know the nature of the person who's asking for your vote. Now, I was born in Bestbrook, that little South Armagh village. I lived there until my early teens. At that point, my father had been injured in an IRA bomb attack on his place of work, and he decided it would be best to move the family somewhere a little bit safer. So it was we moved from Bestbrook to a place just off the Gavahi Road in Portadown. Talk about out of the frying pan and into the fire. Anyway, I went to school at Portadown College and thereafter to Queen's University Belfast, where I graduated with a degree in economics. I then got my first job and bought my very first apartment in East Belfast, where I lived for several years. Thereafter I was promoted, moved across to England. I spent some years working there. I got married and my wife and I moved back to Northern Ireland, where we've lived ever since. We have a family of son and a daughter. My son goes to Queen's University in Belfast and my daughter's still at school. Round about the sort of early 90s, I founded my own business. That company continues to flourish and employs local people, and I understand only too well the needs of the local businessman and the challenges that he or she faces in these most difficult of economic times. Round about the mid-1990s, I became involved with an organisation called Business and Professional People for the Union. That was an organisation dedicated to the promotion of the union and to encourage business and commercial people to get involved with us in the advocacy of the union. I also became involved in the It's Right to Say No campaign, sort of running up to the Belfast Agreement, and I was very proud to be associated with that, as I felt then, as I do now, that an agreement which elevates terrorists and which rewards murderers is not something that I could ever embrace. Towards the end of the 90s, I became involved with the UK Unionist Party and worked with Bob McCartney for a number of years. Then in the around about 2001, I founded my own website, A Tangled Web, and I've used that as a forum to continue my own advocacy of principled unionism. And over the intervening years, I've done TV, radio, I've been in press numerous times, but continually basically plugging the idea that, you know, no good can come from doing wrong, and that it is always and absolutely wrong to think that one can have effective government when one puts within it those who for 30 years or more butchered and maimed our fellow citizens. Around about 2007, I published my first book on unionism called Unionism Decayed, and I suppose, like many other people, I felt disgusted when the DUP, who had promised that they would not enter government with terrorists, once they got themselves elected, promptly did so. And that's why I was delighted when Jim Allister formed the Traditional Unionist Voice as a rallying point and as a most welcome alternative to the rollover unionism of the DUP and Peter Robinson. And so it is that as we enter this Westminster election campaign, I think TUV in East Belfast offers a fresh change and a real alternative. We will provide a full-time MP, not the part-time that part-timer that Mr. Robinson is. We offer you rock-solid unionism, not pushover unionism. When we give you our word, we stick with it. We want to make East Belfast the best possible place, and we hope that in the time ahead, in the weeks to come, that we can convince you that voting TUV in East Belfast is the very best investment you can make in your vote. Thanks for listening, and we'll speak soon.